back to my channel. Since Valentine is almost around the corner, I decided to create this beautiful red smoky eyes for you. I also curled my hair in loose voluminous curls. So if you guys are interested in watching the tutorial, let's jump right into the video. So today I'm gonna start my makeup with eye makeup. So first I'm gonna put concealer on my eyelids. For that I'm gonna be using e.l.f.'s 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I'm just gonna take a flat brush and I'm gonna put the concealer on my eyelids. This is gonna give base to my eyeshadow and make it look more flawless and more easy to blend. So I'm just gonna apply the concealer all over my eyelid, on my crease, on my lids, on my inner corners. And after that I'm gonna take a face powder. For face powder I'm gonna be using Milk Makeup's Blur and Set Matte Loose Powder. And I'm gonna take it on a big fluffy brush and just put it all over my lids. So this is gonna give my eye makeup a beautiful canvas to work on, and also it's gonna make my eyeshadow look more brighter and more neater. So I'm now gonna move on to my eyeshadow. So for my eye makeup today, I'm gonna be using Jaclyn Hill's palette from Morphe Volume 2. And first I'm gonna use a fluffy brush to fill in my crease area. And for my crease area, the color I'm using is called G Money from Jaclyn Hill palette. This color right here. I'm just gonna put it on my fluffy brush and just put it right on my crease area. Today my look is gonna be a little bit vibrant, and as I want to make it look more brighter, more colory. Today's eyeshadow look is very simple. It's a generic eyeshadow placement. It's just with more brighter and more funkier colors. So I'm gonna now move on to the outer corner. And for my outer corner, first I'm gonna use color called Homebody. It's this color here. It's also a camel brown tone color. So I'm just gonna use it on a packed fluffy brush. I'm just gonna put it right on the outside. And I'm just gonna blend it into the crease color. And also I'm gonna just very slightly bring it inwards towards the inner corner, just to give it a gradient. Now I'm gonna move on to the actual outer corner color, and that one is gonna be the red color from the same palette, and it's gonna be Live In My Best color. It's a very beautiful red color with a very little like a shimmer in it. So for this color I'm using a packed brush for my eyeshadow. So first I'm just gonna apply it. I'm also making sure that I take the extra out of my brush, and then I'm just gonna first pack it on my eyes. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not going in the crease or above the crease, just on my eyelids. And then I'm gonna take the fluffy brush and I'm just gonna blend both crease and the outer corner color together. I'm not gonna go on top of the outer corner color, just making sure that it's visible enough and it's bright enough. And if you feel like it's losing its brightness, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. So I'm just blending it into my crease color, and then I'm gonna take the same brush that I used for the color and I'm just gonna blend it and bring it inside. Just bring it towards the inner corner just to get that gradient look. When you're using bright and dark colors, blending is the key. Blending is very important, and also the amount of color you use is very important as well, because bright colors are very highly pigmented, so they look very obvious on your eyes. And now I'm gonna move on to the shimmery color for my inner corner, and the color I'm gonna use is called Drama Queen right here. It's a full-on glitter color, and it has very beautiful pigment. So I'm using this color here. Just gonna place it right on the inner corner side, just in the beginning. And then I'm gonna take the fluffy brush and mix them both together. Now I'm done with the upper lid. It was very simple and easy to create. Just the brown color on the crease area, and then the red color on outer corner, and a very light rose gold color on the inner corner. For my under eye, I'm gonna wait for a while. I'm gonna put the concealer on first, and then I'm gonna do my under eyes. Now I'm gonna move on to the eyeliner, and for that I'm gonna be using Sephora's eyeliner, long-lasting eyeliner in color black. I'm just gonna create a very small thin line and then a very small thin wing. I quickly went off the camera and did my left eye and put on the lashes. I did not do the lower lash line because I'm waiting for my concealer and my base to be done. For my base, I'm gonna use the e.l.f.'s Luminous Putty Primer. I'm just gonna take a little bit and just put it all over my face, especially on my T-zone area. I really like this primer. It gives me a very luminous and like glowy effect, and also it does not dry up my skin. It really works great as a moisturizing primer. Before putting on my concealer and my foundation, I'm gonna put on the setting mist all over my face first. This is gonna make my foundation and my concealer stay on my face for a longer time. So I'm just gonna shake it first, and then I'm gonna just quickly. So I'm gonna let it dry for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna start with my foundation and my concealer. For my foundation and my concealer, I'm gonna use my forever favorite Fenty Beauty products. This one is Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation, and this one is Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Concealer. I'm just gonna take 2 pumps of the foundation first, and then I'm gonna take the foundation brush and just apply it with the brush all over my face, just to give my face an equal distribution of foundation so that it does not look patchy on one side. And then also I'm gonna go on my forehead, my nose. This is just like a rough application, so I'm not gonna go into details about it. Before putting on my concealer, I'm gonna correct my under eyes, and for that I'm gonna be using Eligo Pro Conceal in shade Orange Corrector, and I'm just gonna apply it under my eyes. This is gonna remove any dark pigmentation or dark circles under my eyes. I'm just gonna use a small angular brush to blend it. And now I'm gonna move on to with the concealer. For my concealer, I'm gonna be drawing a big triangle and also fill it in. And then I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender and just blend it all together at once. I've never used this technique of blending foundation and concealer together, but I used it in my last video and I really actually loved it because it actually looks very flawless, and also it does not leave any harsh lines of foundation and concealer, and that I absolutely love. So I'm gonna make sure that I save my eyes from the concealer. You can also use setting spray on your beauty blender to make sure that it blends more flawlessly. If you feel that your beauty blender is a bit too dry for your foundation to blend. And now I'm gonna move on to the forehead. I've already applied foundation there. I'm just gonna blend it out, and also gonna make sure that it goes into my hairline to make it look more natural. And now I'm gonna move on to the setting powder, and for that I'm gonna be using the same Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Powder. I'm just gonna take it on my beauty blender, on my damp beauty blender. I'm just gonna bake my under eyes. I'm just gonna leave it there for a few minutes. Also, I'm gonna just bake my cheeks, just very lightly, not too much, just to make sure that my foundation stays on me for longer time. So now I'm gonna move on to the bronzer. For the bronzer, I'm gonna be using my favorite city bronzer from Maybelline. It's in the shade 300, and I'm gonna take the angular brush. I'm gonna do contouring for my face. I'm giving a little warmth on my face just to make my face look more dimensioned and of course thinner. So I'm gonna move in upward direction, and this is gonna make my face look lifted. And then I'm gonna go on the jawline, just very light-handedly, and then very lightly on the forehead. For my blush today, I'm gonna be using MAC's Sun-Baked Sheer Tone Shimmer Brush. It's a very beautiful coral pink shimmery color, and I'm gonna use the blush brush for it. I'm just gonna put it, just dust the extra off, and just go in upward motion again. So I'm not putting on the apple of my cheeks. I'm just gonna go from here towards my hairline. So from middle of my cheek towards the hairline in upward motion. This is gonna give an uplifted and sun-kissed look. And now whatever is left on the brush, I'm just gonna go in circular motion and just blend it very nicely into my bronzer. Once I'm done with my contour and my blush, I'm gonna just dust the powder off that I used for baking my under eyes. Now I'm gonna contour my nose, and for that I'm gonna be using the flat brush, and I'm gonna use the same bronzer. I'm gonna quickly pop in the bronzer on the brush and tap the extra off. I'm just gonna go from downwards to upwards. This is gonna give me just a very simple, easy to do nose contour, because nose contour can be tricky. Like, your line has to be very straight, very confined. This one gives me a good, it's like a life hack for me. So now, as you can see, the line is very straight and the contour came out really good. I just have to blend it now. I'm gonna also go a little bit under my nose just to lift up my nose. And now I'm gonna use a fluffy brush, like a packed fluffy brush, and just gonna go over with my foundation. This is the brush I used to bake my under eyes, so it has a little bit powder left on it. So I'm just using this one because it would tame off any dark or excess or unwanted bronzer. Now I'm done with my base. I'm gonna go on with the highlighter, but before that I'm gonna again spray my face with the setting spray so that my highlighter does not go away anywhere. It's on the place for the entire day or night, and also it gives more brighter and shinier look. For my highlighter, I'm gonna use the same packed brush, and I'm gonna just take the highlighter and just apply it on the high points of my face. So I'm gonna go for my cheekbones. And also I'm gonna go on my nose. And then I'm also gonna go on my forehead temples. For some reason, I really find it good when I highlight my temples. It gives me a very beautiful glow on my forehead. Otherwise, my forehead looks very dull. But this one really works good for me. You can try it out on yourself as well. Also, I'm gonna go on my Cupid's bow. And then very lightly on my chin. So before I finish off with the lipstick and, you know, like the end things, I forgot to do my under eyes, so I'm gonna do that. For that, I'm gonna be using my crease area shade, and I'm using a pat fluffy brush. I'm using the color called G Money, the one I used on my crease area. I'm just gonna apply it right on my lower lash line. So just here. This is an optional step, you can miss it as well, but I like to do it because it gives like a dimension to my under eye as well. And also, if you want, you can also use the red color. I'm using the precision brush for it. I'm just gonna pop it on the outer corner on both sides, and then just blend it with the same brush I used before, the pat fluffy one. And now I'm gonna move on to the mascara for my lower lash line, and for that I'm gonna be using Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and I'm just gonna quickly go in on my lower lashes. So now I'm gonna move on to my lipstick, and first I'm gonna use the lip liner from NYX Professional. It's in the color brown. I'm just gonna line my lips. For my lipstick today, I'm gonna be mixing two of the Maybelline Superstay matte shades. First one is gonna be 130 Self Starter, and the second one is gonna be 75 Fighter. First, I'm gonna apply the brown color. And then before it dries, I'm going to quickly apply the Self Starter. Yep. Now for the last time, I'm going to use my setting spray. Thank you guys for watching the whole video. I hope it was helpful for all of you. Do not forget to hit like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I will see you guys until the next time. Love you guys.